Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Prosecutor Mark Vargo and Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg will cross paths in the South Dakota Senate in June for Ravnsborg's impeachment trial. 3 years earlier, the two were outside of the death chamber at the South Dakota State Penitentiary as witnesses to the execution of Charles Rines for the 1992 murder of Rapid City Donut Shop employee Donovan Schaefer.
Vargo was part of the prosecution team that sought the death penalty against Rines. That night, Vargo spoke about the emotional toll that the murder and decades of appeals took on Schaefer's parents. We have an update on a death investigation on the southern edge of Sioux Falls. More than a month after the crime, 22-year-old Jackson Phillips has been charged with murder. He's accused of strangling and assaulting 20-year-old Randy Gerlach sometime between February 20th and March 1st, which is the day authorities found her body.
Phillips initially faced domestic abuse charges. He was also accused of violating a no-contact order, which was filed against him in December. The arraignment hearing on the new charges for Phillips is scheduled for April 25th. In western South Dakota, firefighters are expected to remain on the scene of a large fire for days. The Black Hawk Volunteer Fire Department says crews were called to the fire just before noon on Thursday.
The fire was in a large commercial building, and firefighters from multiple counties were called in to help fight the flames. Smoke could be seen from Rapid City. No injuries have been reported. This weekend, the Hanson County Sheriff's Office will be leading a search and rescue for a missing 60-year-old woman. Crews will be searching for Kay Flitty tomorrow at 10 a.m. Volunteers can gather at the Fuel Mart in Spencer off I-90.
Now, anyone with an ATV is encouraged to help out. Authorities say she left Sioux Falls on April 5th to drive to Arkansas, but never arrived. Her car was later found in Hanson County. If you see Flitty, please call the Sioux Falls Police Department.
Now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munn for a check of this morning's weather. Are the winds going to slow down today, Scott?
Well, they will. They will continue to do that. They did that for many locations during the overnight hours. We'll try to continue that trend as we do go through the day today, though we'll still get a couple of gusts over 30 miles per hour. We do have a couple of snow showers across southwestern South Dakota for this morning. And notice how they are hugging the border there in south central South Dakota, north central Nebraska, as they are moving to the east and slightly to the southeast. We've had a couple of flurries and light snow showers in the northeastern South Dakota this morning, but things have remained fairly light. As we do jump to our Easter forecast, we are looking at cloudy skies. We'll watch a wintry mix move west to east. In fact, there is a chance for accumulating snow. Anywhere from about a trace, maybe 2 inches can be found. And we think the best chance to see the accumulating snow will be the northern half of the area. And here is a quick look at our Easter Sunday forecast. There's that wintry mix in the central South Dakota, and that will move to the east late morning into the afternoon. Now, in the meantime, for today, we are looking at temperatures to remain cold. Numbers today in the 30s and 40s, but you know what? Not as windy. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Well, Easter is right around the corner, and residents at Good Samaritan Society have already started celebrating.
Lloyd Johnson says he enjoys doing group activities with other residents, and the Easter egg hunt was no exception. Not only did it give him something to do with his friends, but he was able to be active.
Oh, you need to have activities like this. You got to have something for them to do all the time, and we do around here.
Residents were tasked with finding 120 Easter eggs, each filled with prizes throughout the building. Plus, you may want to hop your way into downtown Sioux Falls this weekend for the 4th annual Easter egg hunt.
All you have to do is stop by one of the 23 participating businesses for a chance to get some Easter goodies and participate in activities. Prairie Cocoa and Confections is one of the business taking part.
So we have put together a really fun Hoppy Easter collection. We have a little Easter egg hunt actually going on inside the dessert bar, and then we'll be handing out fun colored eggs filled with all sorts of things for the children.
The hunt is free and lasts from 10:30 to 3:30 tomorrow. Well, more progress is being made on the Diverging Diamond project in western Sioux Falls. On Monday, the intersection of 41st Street and South Gateway Boulevard will be closed. Crews will be installing a water main.
This part of the project is expected to be done by the end of the day. Drivers are asked to use caution in the area and may want to find a different route.
Meanwhile, more pickleball courts are coming to Sioux Falls. Avera announced it will build 12 pickleball courts on its Avera on Louise Health Campus.
Construction on the $1.5 million project will start in mid-May. The courts will be open and free to use by the public when completed in early August. Pickleball is a combination of tennis, ping pong, and badminton. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right. Good morning, guys. Well, less wind today. That's a very helpful story. Top wind speeds 20 to 30, or at least sustain that range here from, I would say, Brookings to Watertown. So no more 50-mile-an-hour winds. And I even think 40 is going to be a lot harder to get to that level. But it's still somewhat windy. We do have to account for that. Now, there has been some snow falling this morning in the southwest. That kind of fizzles out, it looks like, through the afternoon. But don't discount that. Some roads have been slushy and snow-covered around Pine Ridge and Hot Springs. Tonight, we bring in high pressure. That should overall be a fairly quiet pattern to kick off Saturday morning. Less wind tomorrow, too. That's good. But then we're watching the return of a southerly wind on Sunday, Easter. There we go. Could see some snow in the air, too, with some of this as it progresses to the east throughout the afternoon. And notice our wind numbers around Mobridge and Pier. They really come up, don't they, later in the afternoon out of the west and northwest. The total amount of snow with this system is probably going to be a nuisance, but the north and the north central from Mobridge over to, say, even Aberdeen, pretty good odds that you'll pick up an inch of snow. Sioux Falls, not as high. It's probably just in that slight category. We're still fighting these temperatures below average for much of the nation, but there is a bubble of heat building in the desert southwest, and some of that's going to start breaking loose late next week. So if you're a fan of spring weather, and I'm sure some of you are by now, well, keep waiting, and yeah, about a week out from now, it's really going to start to turn around here in the northern plains. Highs today, mixed bag of 30s and 40s out there with partial sunshine. Your 7-day forecast including the best chance of either a rain or snow combo on Sunday, Easter, high temperature 42. We stay in the 40s through Tuesday, but then after that, we're going to start to break into more of a spring pattern. We're going to pick up a strong southerly wind late next week, and then we get to figure out the details of what that means. Could bring us some rain, and it's a little ways off. We're going to be a little careful on how much of that we can get, but we do expect at least a warmer trend, and I think that's also true for Pier. Your best chance of moisture right now is Sunday, and that's not a huge amount. It'll probably be under a quarter inch. And I would also categorize Rapid City with some rain snow probabilities on Sunday, but then here comes some warmer weather, 68 by Tuesday. Check out more coverage online at KELOLAND.com.